Speaker, good afternoon. There's one word to describe this motion, and that's bullfeathers. Whoa. The leader of the official opposition is making a very weak attempt to suggest that the NDP is responsible for high hydro rates. In fact, Speaker, as you well know, the only party to consistently oppose any privatization of Ontario's hydro system is the New Democratic Party of Ontario. The Conservatives under Mike Harris and Ernie Eves were the first to try to profit from dealing away the public's right to keep hydro public. That's when hydro rates started to go up. They started the steep rise in hydro rates that have continued under the McGuinty-Wynne Liberals. Patrick Brown and the Ontario PCs are not the answer to rising hydro rates. Don't let them pretend they are. Do not allow that myth to be propagated. It's a misdirection. It's a sham. It's a red herring. It's a very weak attempt at confusing the gullible into believing something that is totally untrue. If you read between the lines of this motion, the misguided PCs would have you believe the Green Energy Act is to blame for rising hydro rates. Bullfeathers, Speaker. Don't eat up my...
The member for...
Point of order. I recognize the member.
He made a regrettable and unparliamentary remark that he might want to withdraw, and I just want to bring your attention to it.
If the member chooses to withdraw, I will recognize and accept withdraw.
Speaker, stop.
What was it? Just tell me what the remark was, Speaker, and I'll comply.
Didn't hear it, but it's been brought to our attention. You probably know what it may be, and if that be the case, then I would ask that you withdraw.
If you didn't hear it, I didn't say it. Totally untrue.
Thank you.
Bullfeathers, Speaker. It's not the act, but the rates the McGuinty-Wynne Liberals gave in, and they gave to the green industries to lure them into increasing their technology in Ontario. They gave away the farm. They stripped farmers and municipalities of the rights to oppose windmills and solar installations. That was wrong then, and it's wrong now. That was the poison pill that was in the Green Energy Act. We need green energy. We don't need dirty coal. The PCs, the pro-coal PCs, the pro-coal climate change denying Conservative Party of Ontario is blowing smoke out of their smokestack, Speaker. They are not the answer to lowering hydro rates in this province. They started it all. The Liberals followed suit, and Speaker, despite Premier Wynne standing in the legislature, looking you in the eye, Speaker, looking me in the eye and the people of Ontario, she said she would never sell Hydro One. Ed Clark and his banker buddies on Bay Street convinced her otherwise. New Democrats have been the only party consistently fighting against the sale of shares in Hydro One. The Conservatives woke up one morning, saw the polls, and only when most people opposed to it, they said they opposed it as well. Wow. So the pro-coal party finally joined the NDP parade of opposition, Speaker. Now they stand today and pretend to be the saviors. Give me a break, Speaker. It's time for honesty in politics. It's time to end the game playing. It's time to stand up and be counted. And the only party that has opposed selling hydro in this province from day one has been my party, the NDP, and Andrea Horwath. Patrick Brown and his pro-coal party are not the answer. The Wynne Liberals, who broke faith and sold their souls to the bankers on Bay Street, are not the answer, Speaker. Keep hydro public. Stop the sale of any more shares. And don't let these PC wolves in sheep's clothing pretend anything different. Yeah. You can't trust the Liberals, and you certainly can't trust Patrick Brown to stop the sell-off of public hydro.
Can't do it.
Speaker,
you won't do it.
Many people in Ontario say you can't trust the politicians, and this motion is a perfect example of that. It's worded in such a way as to try and convince those who don't know any better that the Conservatives are the true defenders of public power. Give me a break, Speaker. The motion is designed to blame high energy rates on the Green Energy Act. That's a simplistic view that totally disregards any Conservative involvement in the hydro rate controversy. Their hands are far from clean, Speaker. You know that, and I know that. Hydro rates are on the rise long before the McGuinty Liberals brought in the Green Energy Act, Speaker. I'll tell you what, I'm going to skip ahead. Now, I know I'm running out of time. This motion is all spin. I can just picture the fun that the youngsters, the 19-year-olds, in the PC leader's office had, sitting around his kitchen table, drinking their Red Bull and their Diet Cokes, writing this motion, cracking up with laughter, thinking they were so smart at this misdirection. Imagine blaming New Democrats for rising hydro rates. What a laugh. Give me a break, Speaker. No one with any credibility believes that for a moment. This motion breaks trust with the truth, Speaker. The Conservatives put their credibility on the line, and they came up short with this one. You can't trust them on the hydro file. You can't trust the Liberals on the hydro file. Speaker, you can trust the New Democrats and Andrew Horwath, the only party that has consistently stood up to protect hydro and stop the sale of Hydro One. Speaker, we're the only ones that have done it, and we've done it consistently, Speaker. Don't be fooled by this motion. True Conservatives should be ashamed to have their names associated with this motion. It stretches the truth that far, Speaker. It shatters their credibility. It clouds the real issue, that Conservatives are just as guilty as the Liberals when it comes to privatizing hydro.
Excuse me. I would ask the member from Windsor-Tecumseh to withdraw a comment that he made just moments before his grand finale.
What did he say?
What was that one?
What did he say?
Whatever it was, Speaker, I withdraw. Thank you.
Thank you very much.